Hey everybody, how you doing? It's Gus Tucker here, and we are here at Financial Freedom Friday. How y'all doing? Man, I'm fired up. And the reason I'm fired up is I'm going to talk to you about some developments that are going to change the face of financial services for people who look like you and I. And it's a great opportunity for us to have a seat at the table and create wealth with and for one another. Back in the day, it was called For Us, By Us. And now I'm looking at financial services the same way. So how y'all doing? Like the show, share it, love your comments. Please give us the feedback that we need to provide you what you need and what you want. Okay, so here we go. I'm gonna get this presentation going. And like and share the broadcast. That's what's up. So we're going to put this presentation up. And so what I want to tell you about is an organization called Financial Pro Network that I am a part of. So what's Financial Pro Network? I put Minority Pro Network. Financial Pro Network is a minority owned and operating financial agency. Okay, there just aren't a lot of financial institutions that are owned and operated by people like us. BlackDoctor.org is a Black-owned and operated company that is seeking to take health advice and health information and provide it to our folks in a way that's relevant to our experience. And different diseases, different things hit us different, and we need to be aware of them so we can take care of them. Hey, in the financial arena, look, the insurance industry right now is doing a audit and survey and research on racism in insurance, and everything from the number of executives in insurance companies to underwriting issues to the distribution side of the business. What we are seeking to do is to make sure that people that look like you and I have access to the same tools as everybody else, so we can get the same kind of returns, have the same kind of opportunities. So we're an organization that's got multiple hundreds of years of professional experience, and we support cash flow creation, helping you to make money and to manage it. And we've got support in all 50 states. Okay, so no matter where you are in the U.S., we can support and help you. Now, here's the, let's see if we can change this slide, make it go, make it do what it do. Let's see. There we go. So cash flow creation. Now, look, here's the reality of it. $1,000 a month versus $10,000 a month. I don't know how much money you make, but here's what I do know. Individual incomes in America, the median income, or what's right in the middle, it's like between $36,000 and $40,000. That's a little over $3,000 a month, and after taxes, that's not a whole lot of fun to live life on that. Household income is between $75,000 and $80,000. That's about $6,000, and after taxes, it's about $4,500. I don't know what it's like where you live, but in Chicago, where I'm at, $4,000 or $5,000 a month to live on is rough. Okay, if you want to live a place that's safe, okay, and you know the picture. So what our goal is to help those who are willing to get to a number that's more like $10,000 a month. Why is that? Because if you look at this slide right here, you see you got your lifestyle, and when you're not making enough money, your lifestyle takes up typically about half of your paycheck or more. Then what gets squeezed out? Typically savings and investing gets squeezed out because Uncle Sam gets his up front. If you're a W-2 person, Uncle Sam gets his money up front. And then there's debt, car loans, credit card loans, student debt, etc. And what gets squeezed out is our savings. Okay, when you can get up around $10,000 a month or more, man, you're probably doing some things that are entrepreneurial. You probably own your home, or you own real estate, which gives you some tax breaks and some tax strategies that aren't available if you're a W-2 person and you're renting. Okay, you're starting to really eat into that debt now. Now you're in the green, okay, and things are looking a lot better. We're saving and investing. That's where we want to make sure everybody gets to. Okay, everybody's got a picture that looks like this. Okay, everybody does. Okay, so check this out about saving money. Okay, and this was a build slide where it came in, but in the 80s we were saving about 10% of our money in America. In the 90s it went down to 5%. Remember, inflation's happening too. As we're printing more money, your money becomes worth less. So it becomes worth less a couple of ways. One is because they're printing more, and two, because of inflation. In the 2000s we were saving 2%, and today we're not really saving money. Our rule of thumb is if you save 10% of your money, you're going to be poor. Okay? Because with inflation and growth of inflation and taxes and healthcare, and then just the depreciation in the value of our money, at 10%, you just kind of tread water. 20%, you're going to be doing better. 30%, you're going to be wealthy. And when I say the word saving here, I'm saying a combination of saving and investing. Because some of the money you're putting it away liquid. So you got 6 to 9 months worth of money saved in case stuff happens. Cars break down, houses need to be repaired, things happen, and you need money, right? And you want to have that money liquid saved, and you want to have money invested for the future. And so we have to be developing the habits of saving and investing. Saving and investing, saving and investing, saving and investing, saving and investing. Okay? So here's something I want you to think about. How old were you when you received your first paycheck? Whether it was entrepreneurial and you earned it, or you had a W-2 at a job. How old were you when you got that first paycheck? Okay? How much did you earn that year? Now, I want you to think about that year to the age you are right now. And figure out, based on averages, if you had to average out on an annual basis how much money you've made over your lifetime, what would the average be? How many years have you worked? Write that down. How many years have you worked? Okay, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, whatever it is. What do you think your average income has been? If you take what it was when you started and you take what it is now, if you just took the midpoint of those two numbers, like if it was, when I started out, I wasn't making no money. I was making $2,000 working part-time. Now I make $100,000. So the average between 102, the average is 51. You see what I'm saying? You took the midpoint, like 51, and you multiplied all those years times 51. How much money would it be? How much money have you made since you started working? You got that number? And then I want you to figure out. So let's say you'd have made $50,000 and you've been working for 20 years. That's $1 million. You made $1 million. So if you had 10% of $1 million saved, how much would that be? 100 grand. You had 20% saved, how much would that be? 200 grand. If you had 30% saved, you'd have 300 grand saved right now. So let me ask you this. Would you want one of those numbers, 10, 20, or 30 grand, or what you have saved right now? Let you think about it. 100, 200, or 300 grand, or what you have saved now. If you said, I want one of those numbers, 100, 200, 300, guess what? We need to start saving more money. You feel me? Because while you're working, that's called the accumulation phase, where you're accumulating money, right? And your goal is this. Look, poor people make money to pay their bills. Poor people make money to pay their bills. Middle class people make money so they can have good credit and buy things that are nicer because they can make the payment. They can't pay cash for it, but they can make the payment on it. So therefore, they can live in a little nicer place, drive a little nicer car, wear a little nicer clothes, and go on better vacations because they can make the payments on those things. The wealthy make money so their money can make money. They're into the procreation of money, having their money make babies, have their money make money. So the goal is in this accumulation phase to have enough money invested so that your money can begin to make you money when you want to stop working. Now, I'm not saying you're going to retire and do nothing. You may keep working because you love what you're doing and you're working what you believe God has called you to do, and you're just excited about it. You're making a difference. So you don't stop working. But what you do is stop working for money. And now you're working because that's your purpose and you feel called to do it. And you don't really need the money. Why? Because you've got enough assets that are making money for you. What kind of assets I'm talking about? One asset is money itself, where you're getting interest that you're living on, or cash flow you're living on from the money you have saved or invested. And depending on what is saved or invested in, it's either being taxed when it comes out or not taxed when you get it. And we can show you ways to have that money not be taxed. It's money, it's in a vehicle, but when you get it out, you're not taxed on it. Okay? So that's one way. The second way is you own real estate in some form or fashion. And your real estate properties, be they residential, commercial, are paying you money. And they don't have to be things you buy and hold and rent, but there's any number of ways that you could own real estate and be receiving checks from the performance of that real estate or that REIT or other ways. Okay? The third thing is you own businesses, but you don't have to work in them because you've built teams. You've built teams that run those businesses, and you still share in the profits of the business. Okay? So during your accumulation phase, that's what you're doing. So what phase are you in? Send me some comments. Are you in the accumulation phase or are you in distribution phase? What's the distribution phase? You're not working for money anymore, and you're starting to take money out of those vehicles in monthly income payments or as you need them to handle your future. Okay? So at what age will you be at that desired lifestyle age where you can live like you want to and not have to work for money anymore? What age is that? Then what we help you to do is reverse engineer into that number. And you need to have a game plan. This is not going to happen by accident. You don't get to financial independence by accident. It's got to be a planned event. Make sense? So what phase are you in? Accumulation to distribution. Do you know how much money you're going to need to make that flip from accumulation to distribution so you can start living your desired lifestyle? How many checks are you going to get in the future, and how much are they going to be? You feel me? All right. So let me know about that. So let me ask you, when you look at your financial goals, what is most important to you? Is it living a legacy for your family? Okay. I know my wife and I, we just updated our trust the other day, and it's all about legacy. We have a number of children, and Lord willing, the creek don't rise, we're gonna have some grandchildren running around here in the very near future, and we're planning for them. Okay, so legacy, lifestyle. Is there anything you want to prove about your lifestyle? Your standard of living, where you live, what you eat, what you wear, where you vacation, what you drive, the education that you have or you can provide for your family, the health care you can provide for you and your family. Basically, the experiences that you have on a moment by moment, day to day, month to month, week to week basis is your lifestyle. Do you want to change that? Your family are the things you want to do for your family, your wife, your children, your grandchildren, nieces, nephews, cousins, people that are close to you. People that aren't blood family, but man, if you could, you'd like to help them out. They have a goal or a dream they're trying to make happen. They're good people. They're working hard, but man, it's just not coming together for them. Man, if you could help them financially to get to where they wanted to go, you'd feel good about that, and so would they. So is that important to your family? Future income, like we were just talking about, when you want to go from accumulation to distribution and flip that lifestyle switch, and you start living on your assets that you've accumulated, is your future income. So which one of those goals is most important to you? And do you have a plan for it? Do you have a plan for it? If not, man, you see my website there, my name, Gus Tucker. Hit me up and set up an appointment with me, or I get either myself or one of my teammates can sit down with you and figure this out. Part of Financial Pro Network can figure that out for you. Okay, does that make sense? All right. Now here's one of the things that is a very important. You see this legacy ladder? You got time on the left and you got money on the right. These are the 4 ways basically you can make money. It's another way of looking at Robert Kiyosaki's cash flow quadrant. So an employee, you're working for somebody else and you make a little bit of money, and this costs you time. You're basically trading hours for dollars, right? Because as an employee, they either pay you a salary or they pay you hourly, but you can only work so many hours, and the job you have is only rated a certain amount of money, so you're only going to make a certain amount of money. It's not what you're worth, it's what the job is worth. Because quite frankly, you're priceless. God chose you before the foundation of the world to walk in a manner that would bring him glory, and you're priceless. How do I know? Because somebody priceless died for you. You don't exchange things of lesser value for one another, something of greater value for something of lesser value. You don't do that, not knowingly. God knows everything, so he didn't do that. Self-employed, you work for yourself, but it's still all about you. It's basically, if you don't get the work done, you don't make any money. When things begin to flip is when you get out of that red circle. Some people call that the rat race. I'm not a rat, so I'm not in a race. You're not a rat either, are you? If you were, you couldn't understand this conversation that we're having. So I know you're not a rat, but it's like a rat race. And the way you do that is you begin to leverage other people's time and other people's money. If you work for a corporation, that corporation is leveraging your time by paying you a certain amount of money. And they're leveraging their money too, because the owner of the company is investing money in you, and what they're hoping for and what they're driving towards is that you're more value than the investment alternatives they have for the money. Think about it. The business owner is making a decision. Should I give you a raise, or should I invest the money in something outside of here, or in something to make the company better? Business owners are making that decision all the time. And it's not personal, it's business. It's a numbers game. So that's why if you are working for somebody, man, you need to be valuable. Don't become an expense that they need to cut to make their numbers. Don't do that. But as a business owner, you're adding people, you're automating things and delegating things. That's what business owners are always doing. Automation and delegation. Automation and delegation. Who else can do this other than me? How can I have a machine do it other than a person? Right? And what's going on with AI and things like that? A lot of jobs are going to be out. So as you're thinking about what you're going to do for you and what your legacy is going to do, what are you counseling them to do? So a business owner has people running a system that's scalable and profitable, meaning it can keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. So therefore, your time and money can grow. A legacy creator is doing it a couple of different ways. One, they're buying businesses and they're leveraging other people's time and other people's money. Okay. They've built their business to where it's 7, 8, 9 figures, and other people are running it. So it's going to be around for multiple generations. Or you sold a business for a lot of money, and the fact that your investment pile is so big that it's going to throw off a lot of cash for you. Like we looked at those goals: family, income, future income, legacy. What's important to you? How important is it to you to leave an inheritance to your children's children? Through your will and trust, through your family foundation, through other strategies you're going to employ, real estate and other strategies you're going to employ. Do you really want your next generation to be better off than you, or it doesn't really matter? Okay. So that's an overview of what we do at Financial Pro Network. I'm going to share some more things with you next week, but I want you to think about those things that we just chatted about and ask yourself the question. I'm going to go back to this slide. What phase are you in? Accumulation or distribution? And what number do you need to have coming in to flip over to where you can hit the distribution phase? You're not working for money anymore, and you've got more control of your time and your money. How much income will you need, okay, to make that happen? So I want you to think about that. And I want you to think about this. What's your goal? What's the major thing that's driving you right now? Building a legacy, building a lifestyle, building future income or family. Because then your schedule and your time should reflect what it is you're going to do. Okay, where are you at on this ladder? Are you an employee? Are you self-employed, a business owner, or a legacy creator? Are you planning to move up these levels? If so, what's your plan? What's your plan? Is it on paper? How are you going to do that? Okay, you need to get that plan on paper. Okay, so I want you to review those things, and we're going to talk more about this next week. But here's the thing, guys. We've got to have a plan for what we're going to do. You need to be collaborating with someone to bounce ideas off. Okay, I'll tell you something I did. I've got a friend that's very good with money, and I've got several children. Okay, and they meet with me and we talk about these things. But I put them in front of a friend of mine to sit down, to go through their budget, go through their plans, to get another set of eyes on it to help them be on track. Here's what you don't want to do with your money. That's be a lone ranger. Because the person who advice that you took to get you where you're at today, you're looking at them. Are you excited where you're at to today? I'm just saying. If you are, great. But you still get another opinion. If you're not, that's cool too. You should still get another opinion. Get another set of eyes on it. Because what if you could get one idea? What if you could get one idea that might really help you in your retirement? Here's an idea. Maybe we'll talk about this next time. What do you guys think the likelihood is that Social Security will be around when you need it? What do you think the likelihood is that during your lifetime and while you're going to be on Social Security, it's a possibility they could lower the amount they're paying out to people? What if there was a way through a financial solution to, if the amount that you're getting from Social Security went down, this solution would kick in and would not only fill the gap with the amount that you left, but more than likely surpass it, where you're making more money than you were before on Social Security. Man, would you like to know what that is that could do that? What solution could do that? Maybe we'll talk about that. If you hit me up at Gus Tucker, we definitely will talk about it. But there are many, many things that are out there that you need to be aware of for your plan to have a shot at working. Okay? So, hey, stay tuned. Let's connect. Let's get you to your financial goals here in 2024. And this is Gus Tucker, Financial Freedom Fridays. And what I want to say to you is, you deserve what God has reserved for you, and He has reserved an abundance for you, but you need to know how to access it. You deserve what God has reserved for you. Y'all be safe. Till I see you next time. Okay, take care.